This is the Garrard GT-35 belt drive. This is a record changer. And it's actually, from the looks of it, at least aesthetically, it looks really nice, well made. But we'll delve into detail with this one. So unfortunately, when I bought this, the dust cover was cracked from its hinges. So I was able to glue this piece back and this piece back, even though there's a missing piece there. And it's a shame because this is always almost perfect. I didn't have to do much to it to get it up and running. But it is what it is, and I found it this way. But I've enjoyed it, and it's been working decently for me. The record changer does work, and I'll demonstrate that in a minute. You have your typical ground wire. Nothing here is hardwired, so all these parts are interchangeable. So if you want to if you don't have the ground wire with this model of Garrard, you could always just get a regular wire. I would probably go with maybe about, I would probably go with a 12 weight wire. That should probably be enough or thick enough in order to go into this little post here. You pull this little button here, you push it in. You push this little button here and the ground wire should come loose. These are just AV outs that came with a turntable that kind of matches the style of this. So I just added them on there today. And then we also have the detachable cord, which you don't really see that often. But it came with this type of turntable. And you do have the fake wood grain. This is not real wood. Yeah, this is just kind of like plywood. So I'll go ahead and take the dust cover off. It's a pretty big dust cover. The size of this. And as you can see, you got your typical turntable mat. This is presumably aluminum. It's very heavy. And this is makes this turntable stand out a little bit for me is because this platter has a giant hole in the middle that you pull out, and then there's a drum inside the turntable that has the spindle for the record changer, and then you got your belt here, and your belt is attached to the motor. Very interesting design that they chose, maybe in an effort to make this less heavy. This is a very heavy platter. For those who like heavy turntables, you would probably enjoy this because this must weigh at least, well, it feels sometimes like 10 pounds. So, but turntable looks good. The spindle is functioning well. Pull it out, put it back in. You got your speed. This plays 33 and 45. And these buttons are metal. And then you have your options to do this manual, automatic, and it does have a repeat function. This tone arm does have a detachable head shell. So you unscrew this. This detaches right off. This is what the head shell looks like. It's got a lot of room for adjustment. Right now I have Newmark groove tool attached to this. And this is what we'll be hearing today. Originally these came with, I think it's the Pickering XV 16 or 15. That is the cartridge that came with this. I do not have that cartridge mounted on this, so we're going to be hearing the Newmark. It does have wow and flutter adjustments. You get your 35, 33 and a third, and your 45. There's going to be a little light here that flashes on the strobe, so you'll be able to adjust the speed if it's needed. You also have your anti-skating adjustment, and you also have your counterweight on your tone arm. When I got this turntable, I thought that this was on backwards, but apparently this is the correct way, or the correct orientation for having this counterweight. So the dials are going to be in the back, not usually. Usually you'll get them in the front, but not with this turntable. And it's set at 2 grams. So now I guess we'll listen to it. Okay, so this turntable has a type of retainer here for the stack of records. The record's already in the spindle. Platter starts spinning, it'll trigger that spindle, and then we could expect the record to drop into the platter, and the tone arm will automatically jump over to the first track. So let's go ahead and test that now. I got my turntable plugged into my Yamaha AB55. I got 2 records in there, and right now the turntable's off, so I'll set it over to automatic, and as you can see, it'll start spinning. You can see that little strobe there. Might need just a little bit of adjustment. That's okay, because I'm not running at a 45 right now. Okay, and then all you got to do is turn this metal dial over, and then you get your first record that drops. And then we could do the next record. You just turn that dial again. Get that second one to drop. Okay, so right there it's checking to see if there's any more records, and then as there isn't, it just drops the tone arm. Okay, let's go ahead and try the repeat function, because I have not tried it before. So let me... Okay, so there the needle drops. Then we'll pull up the cueing, move it all the way over to the center. Okay, and it automatically repeats. So I wanted to get a chance to test 45 just to show that it works. So I will set my dial over to 45, and then we'll go ahead and start. Okay, so unfortunately I don't have the attachment that'll allow you to mount a spindle of 45s. I do have these little brackets that go inside the 45 so that you can mount it on the turntable, but just wanted to demonstrate that it does play 45 RPM. So this is my turntable, my Garrard. This one I'm not selling, at least not now. I like the way it looks. I like the sound. It kind of goes well with my setup that I have. If I wanted to buy something else later on, I might. But for now, I really enjoy this Garrard. I think it was a steal. I think I only paid maybe about $14 for it. It did need a new belt. It did need a new cartridge and a new stylus. But the head shell came with it, and the platter is very solid. The spindle came with it, and unfortunately, the only thing that's ruined by it is this dust cover that's destroyed. And I have tried to look for another dust cover to this turntable, but I always just end up finding ones that are way too expensive and probably cost way more than what I paid for the turntable itself. So I will probably not be getting a new dust cover anytime soon. But for now, I'm very happy with my Garrard GT-35. It works well, and it's a record changer, which is something that I've always wanted. So for now, thank you, and God bless.